Chapter 6. A review of training and learning process. This chapter explains that in every training environment, students will experience different types of learning style.
To emphasize this point, I used an activity written by a man called Kolb. Now, the Kolb activity on experiential learning divides the learners up into 4 quadrants. The students were required to fill in a questionnaire, and then on that questionnaire they then scored themselves, and then they had to plot on what quadrant on Kolb's learning style did they fit. Were they divergent learners? Were they assimilator learners? So we asked them to do that, and then we took them and asked them to sit in different corners of the room.
We learning about Kolb learning style and voluntary learning style. I think that Kolb helped me to teaching my students, because I realized that different people have different style of learning them.
Now, the next phase in this training process is to look at learning as a system. So we wanted the students to be able to identify a number of different steps within the learning and training process. Ozabula is a training exercise where the students pair up. Both of them act as learners and both of them act as trainers. The essential aspects of the Ozabula exercise is that the person has to learn a new coding system. It's something vastly different from what they've looked at before. So as a trainer, you are also a learner. You can't teach anything until you actually understand what it is that you are teaching.
The start of our learning is get more knowledge and more theory, more practical, and more skill. So we have many different kinds of learning styles there. Some are technician, some are, for the professionals.
The progress of the second week for the participants has been incredible in their development of trust and respect for one another. There's a great difference in language. There's a big gap in their training ability. But the overall ability for each group and participant to share their frustrations and their barriers has been a great progress for them. They are communicating more freely and more openly, and I think they're gaining from one another. I believe the system of working with 2 trainers benefits the participants, no matter how competent they are. The training dynamics requires skills from the trainers to present differently at different times. And a program such as 3 weeks, there are lots of difficulties and challenges that can occur. There can be illnesses, there can be homesickness, there can be issues because the participants don't have the comfort of their own environment. So they may be able to train independently with the skills that they have, but I think to be co-teaching or co-training together is a far easier and more efficient way of training.
Because point of view of the group work, the trainer can combine the delivery method like reading, brainstorming, concept map, and report what is the result. And another point of view related to group work, because when they start to assign the group work, they mix member between 8 countries.